What's up guys, Bomboy here, and welcome back to another episode of the Time PVMer. So this time I'm starting off with a couple of Bandos clips here, well just one actually. The idea being that I'm kind of going to give you a lead in to the next few clips. So in my previous video I was talking about I needed to make bank space, and in order to do that I wanted to complete a few of the Mystic sets, potentially, and the Pyromancer set, so basically I could stick them all in the house and then they wouldn't be in my bank and taking up quite a lot of space. So for some of these clips they're going to be on mobile, and that's what you're about to see, so that's why I've started with a little bit of Bandos here, but yeah, you'll have to excuse the colour and the kind of aspect ratio of the mobile, because obviously mobiles are a bit different in terms of their aspect ratio compared to YouTube. But yeah, hopefully they look okay, and if they are appalling, I will use them only in emergency situations, but I might even look for a different kind of mobile recorder. But here we go, we're starting with the Black Mystic set, and in order to complete that set I needed to kill Infernal Mages, so that's why we're here, and that's just the software. I'll get better at not doing that. I wanted to make sure it was recording. It wasn't very indicative of the fact that it was recording, but there we go, some Dark Mystic boots. And surprisingly valuable, and I'm assuming that's because the only method of getting them is by camping these Infernal Mages, and they can be fairly rare. So I'll just check the kill count here and see what it took. Here we go. So if we go down a bit, we can see there that we killed 590 Infernal Mages to get those. I've never had Dark Mystic boots on this account, so yeah, that was it. That truly is it, 590 kill count. Now, I soon realised that I didn't even have the hat. I did think I had the hat, but yeah, what that means is I needed to go back to the Infernal Mages, and so I will go back there again, and then once we've got the hat, I'll show you that, and I'll show you the kill count as well. So here we are again, and you can see I've had another Mystic Boots drop. I didn't realise in the first place that you got the hats from the Infernal Mages, so yeah, I could have stayed there basically, but there's a second pair of Mystic Boots, which I actually ended up drop trading to my main. And then here's finally the hat, so that's a nice one. It looks great on the floor. The reason I drop traded it to the main is 90k is, you know, it's not a huge amount of money, but it's worth transferring rather than high alking. So yeah, I'm a bit cheap for stuff like that. But there we go, the full Mystic Dark set is in the house, and that means that I've saved 3 bank spaces, I think. So here we are, just showing off the final kill count that it took to get the Dark full Mystic set, and that took 730 kill count. And then I realised I could just buy the Mystic hat for the blue set, and I could stick that in there, and that meant that I could high out all the blue gloves and the boots basically in the hats if I get them from drops, and just keep the kind of basically the PK supplies if I'm ever going to use them for that. But they do stack up nicely in terms of high alk value within that tab. Moving on now, we're at Basilisk, and Basilisk dropped the Light Mystic gloves, which is what I want. Sorry, the Light Mystic hat, I believe. And instead of getting that, I got the stupendously rare shield left half from them. So, you know, that was a bit of luck. I think it might be my 6th or 7th shield left half. You know, at this point, it would cost me a fortune to make them all into D squares. But one day I might do that, you know, just for the, you know, kind of prestige of it. And then back to Basilisk, and I end up getting that Mystic hat and the light variety, and that's it. That's the Mystic set almost complete. But as you can see here, I'm buying bags of salt because I finally need the gloves. So you need to kill the rock slugs for that, and obviously it's not something I've done many of before, maybe very, very early on the grind of this account. But I'm going to buy 550 because the drop rate's about 1 in 512 for the gloves. And then I'm also going to buy Slug Salter, which might be a massive waste of 80 points, but as you can see there, 1,286 points in total. I'm not going to hurt by spending those, and it will save me quite a lot of effort. And there we go, skipping right ahead to the Mystic Gloves. Yeah, another set complete, and we can stick that in the house. Here we are, so the Mystic set in its complete form, and we'll stick that in, and there we go. It's quite satisfying actually having those 3 sets all complete in there. I might go for the skeletal set as well. I might even put Moon Clan in there. I don't know why, I don't need it for anything, but it might be done. So here we are, we're at Winter Todd, and I really, really don't enjoy Winter Todd. I know it's amazing XP and it's really good resources, but it's just not my thing, unfortunately. So it has been a bit of a while since I last did it, and since I kind of tried to get the outfit. So what I'm looking for is just the boots here, but there's 86 firemaking coming in because the XP is so good, and that's I think that was the second round I played, so I started at 171 kill count. Here we are at 190, and I missed the level because I did not realise it was coming, but there's 87 firemaking coming in, so that's handy. It will be for the future for master clues, burning those redwood logs. And then the very next clip, here we go, we've got the Pyromancer boots. So that was it. I hit 87, next chest, and I get the Pyromancer boots. So that is it. I am out. I'm done. I'm stopping with that Winter Todd minigame again, and we dropped the armor off straight away in that cupboard. So I don't have to do it again for quite some time. Now, as you may know, I've been grinding mining because I had the twisted bow, I needed amethyst arrows, and I don't like boosting. So I've been continuing the grind from 90 or whatever I got to, 89, and I went to 90. Now there's 91 there, 615k XP till 92. And then this one, I was just really close to a level, so I was doing a bit of AFKing. And then it was like, I think, what was it, like 10k XP? So for some reason, I did it for mobile kind of throughout the day whilst I was at work, getting a break. And then, yeah, this is the final bit, just at home to level it up, because I do prefer to film on the computer. Obviously, it offers me the best quality and the kind of ease. Everything's very easy to do on the computer. So there's 79 rune crafting, bringing us to a total of 2068, sorry, I should say, in total level. So next, I wanted to go and get my Bandos Chestplate. That is something I'm still working on, and obviously the Bandos Chestplate, or any of those 3 Bandos items, are a 1 in 380-ish kind of drop rate. And so I figured I might be at Bandos for quite some time. And this new quest has given us these weird fires, unseasonal fires or whatever, I don't know. And they're kind of using the minerals that are downstairs after the completion of this quest. I have to admit, I did use the guide because it's been kind of off my radar. Since being back at work, it's a lot harder to keep up with the updates and also be motivated to spend the time kind of trying to flail your way through a quest. So yeah, this is me just kind of completing the boss fight, which is very easy. But I think they're being smart with boss fights now. They're trying to train you mechanics that you might they're trying to train you to do mechanics that you might find in other like more lucrative PVM situations. So it's a very good way to give players who are a bit scared to try out raids and things like that a little bit of experience. But here's a nice little cutscene just to round it off. You've got the wise old man and you just like raving out whilst the other two kind of have fallen in love and everything's good with the world. And there they are, they'll be together forever. A weird union, but whatever. So once you've done all that, you just chat to them, and there you go, quest complete. 264 quest points. I'm ashamed to say that I haven't got the quest point cape. There are a few quests, they just have so little impact that I haven't really bothered, and I don't need the quest point cape since having the house like pimped to the max. So here's the only fire I'm going to show you. There are a few others, and unfortunately I can't remember the numbers of all the basalt and the kind of minerals that you need, but this fire is by far the most useful for grinding out God Wars dungeons because it stops you from having your stats reduced as you run through there. It's very nice. And then this one, I'll show you this as well. This is a Troll Stronghold teleport, and that is now in there, and I was hoping this would take me to the top of Troll Stronghold where I could climb down and go to God Wars dungeon instead of using the runes and that, but no, it took you to the farming spot, so not ideal. Anyway, back to Bandos, and this was a big grind that I did this week. Unfortunately, with the mining and, you know, with having a life to a certain extent, it's been a bit difficult to actually do a huge amount. But there we go, we got a Godsword Shard 2 off a minion there, and that was the second one that I've got in my bank after completing the full blade. And then on this kill of Bandos, let's see what we get. So I have no idea what kill count this is. This is about a week or so ago that I managed to get this kill. Let's see, it'll come up right now. We've got kill count 235, and we got the rune spear. I actually forgot about this clip, even though I just put it in. Yeah, I've never ever seen that before, and I know it's a rare drop table, and I know I shouldn't be surprised these things happen. That is very rare though, a rune spear off Bandos. Yeah, so troll, but you know, it's not by any means kind of like, oh, I could have had this item instead. It doesn't work like that, but it's a bit of a funny one to see on the floor from Bandos, you know. And then there's another kill. So some of these kills are just like really quick and some are awful. So this kill we got Godsword Shard 1, which is actually the first one. So, well, I say the first one since completing that other blade that's on my AGS. So I'm on my way to completing a second blade, ready for a Bandos Godsword if I ever get the hilt. And we're up to 240 kill count. So I went back to Bandos at around 71 kill count, basically. So I stopped at 70, and then, I started this grind again, and I realised I was only doing my 71st kill, and I already had the tassets and the boots. So I have been lucky. But here we are, 267, so very nearly 200 kills later, and this is the first of those 1 in 128 kind of drops, or, if you separate them all out, 1 in 384, and it's a second pair of Bandos tassets, which, because of the value, it's very nice. I can't use them. It's just going to be literally sat in my bank forever, and no one will ever know. So I do pick them up eventually. There we go. I'm on my way there. But as always, I know this makes sense because the more kills you do a trip, the more chance you have of seeing loot. But this was like a 4 or 5 kill trip, just by being stupendously lucky with D Warhammer specs and just not getting hit that much by range hits. Sometimes Bandos will just do range hit after range hit after range hit, and you like lose all your food in one kill. Sometimes he does like 2 in a kill, and you kill him fast enough, and you use no food, even when solos. So yeah, you can see my gear here. I've not gone for that super defensive setup. I really don't like defensive setups at Bandos because the kills often can go 1 kill a trip because you just hit nothing. I find that there's this threshold. You need to be at a certain point of accuracy, and then once you hit that, you get way more consistent kills. And so I prefer to go with the neat as not and, like a full bore attacking setup, really. And it makes life a little bit easier. There are some outlying situations, but yeah. Anyway, we're back to mining, and the full inventory has just covered it up. It's just put everything on hold. You can see there on the right hand side, I am now level 92 mining, and my friend is just off to the side on the mini map. You can see him, and I click that 92 mining, officially halfway to 99, and it has been one of the longest things I've ever done. That was like 140-hour grind, possibly a lot longer because of AFKing really hard and things like that. And it puts us at 2,069 total levels, so we're making progress still. And that means that I never have to boost again to mine amethyst arrows, so that's fantastic. That means that amethyst arrows are, an infinite resource now, and a lot less kind of tedious to deal with. Now, I've been slacking on clues. Here's a hard one. It came from some kind of skilling or something, I can't really remember. But we got a Guthix page 3, and I thought that was actually kind of going to get me closer to completing a book. By the way, that chest is new there, so instead of trying to find that stupid idiot walking around, you can just click on the chest that's in one position. But there we go. Guthix page 3 is actually my 4th one, so 6 pages, and only 2 of them are they're only 2 unique pages. Then we've got an elite here. So these are from Bandos, I've just realised, yeah, because I've done so many, and I've been really lazy about doing them. And then in that elite, nothing special except for this master clue, which we will go and do in just a second. Wait, so master clue complete, and it required us to fish a salvial, you might be able to see. And yeah, it takes a little while, but I do have to boost for it, so it's a bit of prep. I've got to make an Admiral Pie and then go and do that. It's meh, it is what it is. And so eventually I'll open the master clue. Here we go. And we've got the Gloves of Darkness. So that is actually a unique. They're surprisingly valuable. I didn't think, who buys this? Who wears it? You never see anyone fashionscaping it up with the Robes of Darkness. I nearly missed putting this clip in. But of course it happened when I wasn't actually recording. So obviously I record the actual Bandos kills, but I don't record the kill count. And here I've just got 99 attack without even realizing it was about to happen. I knew I was close, but not that close. So yeah, there it is. I kind of missed it, but we still got the tail end of the fireworks. We still got the message on screen, 99 attack. And yeah, so I've only got defense to work on, and then I've kind of got max combat except for prayer. I won't be getting a 99 attack cape. It's a difficult one. I just don't want to use the bank space. I don't need to go back to the Warriors Guild, which is the only perk that offers to allow you into the Cyclops room, basically, or the whatever, to get the actual defenders without getting any tokens. I'm not going to need to do that, and so I just I'm not going to buy it to save the bank space. So, yeah. Anyway, back at Bandos again. And what are we going to get? We got 300 kill count, and we got an elite clue scroll. So I'll be going and doing that in just a second. The end of this video is very like clue scroll heavy, surprisingly. My focus has shifted really strangely. I'm getting a bit demotivated with the Bandos grind, and also trying to grind out this dex. It's taking the mick, to be honest. But in that same kill, I got a hard clue scroll as well. So we'll do the hard clue scroll, and it's junk. And then here's the elite. And it's just alcohols and stuff, you know, that's always the way it goes. Now here we've got an easy clue that I got from a little bit of fishing minnows, and we've got Zamorak Hilt, which is kind of nice, but I realised that's actually my third pair. Here's my 99th hard, and I got another master, and I got the T red d'hide chaps, which is kind of nice. That is unique. And then finally we've got the 40th elite, and we get the katana, which looks amazing. Like, that's such a wicked looking bit of fashionscape there. It's even got the scabbard, I guess you would call it. I don't know exactly what you would call it, but you know, the sheath for the sword. And yeah, so that master, it wants me to have a Zamorak full helm and the shadow sword. So the shadow sword is not a problem. It's a bit tedious to get back, but the Zamorak full helm is a problem. I don't have one, and you know, the odds of actually getting one are really slim, but I might try. So here's a clue. Immediately after, I went and hunted a hard clue scroll, and I got a rune heraldic shield again, which I've got 3 or 4 of, and an Armadyl full helm. So I rolled pretty close to a Zamorak full helm on the very next clue, I think, and that was my 100th hard treasure trail. So yeah, you know, making good progress with these. But that's it for this week, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Have a good week, and I'll see you on RuneScape. Peace.